Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review on Chasing Atlanta. So we finally caught up. This is episode 3. I took some notes, all right? So let's get into this mess. I know these glasses are a mess also. And I had issues with my contacts. I wasn't doing right. Um, Hopefully, I'll be okay in a couple of days. Um, I feel a whole lot better. My eyes feel a whole lot better. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna be okay. For those who out there, for the girls out there, make sure that you don't sleep in your contacts. Okay. And if you do, make sure it's like I know they have contacts available where if you sleep in your contacts, all I'm gonna say, don't go weeks without taking out your contacts because girl, this is what happens when you do. Okay, this is the outcome. Oh, all right, y'all. But we gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right, and then we're gonna be back to our regular selves. Anyways, all right, y'all. So let's get into this episode. So Rico and Wayne they meet up to have a conversation. Rico was supposed to, I guess he was supposed to be the one that was gonna um, be the facilitator of the conversation between Wayne and Dominique. But I guess Wayne made it there before Rico could make it, and so it just went downhill. Wayne swears up and down that he went there with good intention and he was just going to talk. Wayne is a lie. Wayne, you went there to fight. Wayne, you showed up, girl, drunker than a Cooter Brown. Okay, you showed up being shady with a bag of shady goodies, right? Like Wayne, you were not going there to have a conversation. You were going there to fight. Point blank. Period. Um, and to me, from what I saw, unless there were some things that they didn't show, it shouldn't have even got to the point where Wayne felt the need to punch Dominique. Because I don't remember Dominique saying anything that warranted or that should have made Wayne feel like, let me just go ahead and punch him. You probably felt that way because you were probably already tossed back a few girl libations before you even arrived to the scene. Um So something happened with Seven. I don't know. Wayne started talking about how Seven said drop your location. I still was. They really didn't give a backstory of like why Drew, why Seven even said that. Girl, I'm not gonna lie. When I tell I hollered when Wayne called her Doodoo Drew, girl, when Wayne called that girl Doodoo Drew, and then Rico tried to correct him and say no, her name is Seven, and then he said 9-6, whatever. Oh, what I was over here screaming. Wayne basically says he feels overlooked. Wayne, those self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, self-love issues ain't got nothing to do with nobody in the group. Sorry, that's something you have to figure out on your own. You too grown, and you got 2 kids. You got to figure it out. Um, Willa. You know what it is about Willa? Willa is that person where she's like the sweetest person you could probably ever meet. But when you get on Willa's bad side, good, she's probably the worst person you could ever meet. I think Willa is probably one of the sweetest people that I have seen on reality TV. And I'm talking about I'm including like the reality television on from Bravo, VH1. I'm just across the board, period. She just really comes across like as a sweet, sweet person. Troubled sometimes, but very, very sweet. Willa has been going through some things, and I think that's what even makes the situation between her and Seven even worse. Okay, so Willa lets us know. I don't think she ever said use the words, but she was thinking about, I guess, ways to unalive herself. So basically, you remember last season, Willa let us know she was homeless, and So she was going through things, and then she was still grieving the death of her grandmother. Uh, so I think around last summer, things were not looking the way that Willa's life wasn't in a place where she wanted it to be. And so she had told one of her friends, D, and I think Seven was the other person, that basically, if things didn't turn around for her in 2022, she wasn't going into 2023. And all of a sudden she got sick. Something happened. I forgot what she said. She got sick, basically, went to the hospital, lost a lot of blood, almost died. So she felt like she spoke that into existence. Um, and then she felt like you're gonna have to just get it together, basically. And then she had told her friend D that, girl, if I don't make it, if I transition to the other side, she talks such. Willa be talking like she an old soul when she say stuff like, when I transition to the other side. You don't really hear young people say stuff like that. But she was like, when I transition to the other side, just make sure people do me right. I said, Willa be talking like she 80 years old. Um, and then her friend D passed away, I think in January. And so now she's going through what she's going through, and then her friend passes away, and then also Seven girl, you coming across girl, Seven girl, it's like, girl, Miss Seven girl, you coming across as somebody who's real selfish, low key. Because girl, you not paying your pussy bills from what the people saying. Girl, you ghosting people. People are basically telling you their deep, dark secrets and leaning on you as a friend, and then girl, you up and you disappear. So the other person that she, I guess, told was Seven, and then that was, I guess, that was around the time where Seven started to ghost her. So Willow was really going through some stuff, and the people that she was counting on to, I guess, be her friend and be there for her. Where you got D, who passed away, and then you got Seven, who's not responding to Willa's phone calls or text messages because, girl, low key, you really owe her some money, and you don't want to pay her that money. So Willa was going through some stuff. It looks like things are turning around for Willa. I'm glad to see that because, like I said, Willa is one of those people where it's like, when it's good, she's good, but girl, we've seen Willa get angry, right? And when it's bad, girl, she about to clear the whole scene. Okay. Shout out to Willa. Girl, that therapist, is he a therapist or is he just somebody to talk to? There's a difference to me. Antoine Dixon, girl. For those who don't, it's a show called Bell Collective. It comes on TV. Let's see, Antoine Dixon sounds just like Marie Monroe. He sounds just like this woman off of Bell Collective. Her name is Marie Monroe. And they want to tell their voice, they talk just the same. Girl. Anyway, shout out to Antoine Dixon. Jay is in Chicago. He's having a fashion show that's being sponsored by Chanel, Savage Fenty, Rihanna's line, and somebody else. So it's been sponsored by some big names. I want to give a shout out to Jay's mother and Jay's grandfather for supporting Jay. Shout out to all y'all for supporting y'all LGBTQIA plus grandkids and kids. Shout out to my grandmother too. Hello. Shout out to my grandmother. Her name was Nanny. Well, we called her Nanny. Her name was Maggie. Anyways, but shout out to all the grandparents and parents who support their kids. Because we always hear the stories of the kids coming from these families where they're not supported, they're kicked out. So it was just good to see his grandfather, a man of a particular age, right? And I'm sure he grew up in a time where, girl, that gay shit didn't fly, right? And he's there supporting his grandson. The mother is there supporting her son. So shout out to his people. Anyways, Jay and his man ain't together no more. Girl, I said this is a mess. Jay said that's the reason why they were gonna rent and not, I guess, buy. What it sounded like to me, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay already knew his man was community dick. Hello? That's what it sounded like to me, Jay was saying. I already knew how the nigga was anyways. But then he tried to act like in front of Rico and um who was the other person? Tonka. Yeah, Tonka. I think it was Tonka and Rico. That you can make 1,000 mistakes, but just don't make the same mistakes twice. Well, it sounded like to me, girl, your nigga was out here fucking girl, fucking over and over and over and over, honey. That's what it sounded like to me. And then you finally got fed up with it. I'm glad they didn't move in together. Because the last thing you should be doing, girl, is moving in with a nigga who you know is girl got community dick. Now I don't know if he got a big dick or not. I don't know. I don't care. But based off, I guess the Twitter, the freak Twitter, honey, they say he was down there doing some things for some change. So I don't know. I don't know, girl. Rico. When Rico got on that plane with his man, girl, Rico had his old teeth. But girl, when he was in Chicago in the room, girl, he had a new set of teeth. So I'm trying to figure out, girl, was that just some footage they used from some random trip? Because if you go back and look, when he was on that plane with his man, Rico had his old teeth in his mouth. But girl, when he got to the room with Jay, girl, he had a whole new set of teeth. I was like, girl, what's going on, girl? He must have got his teeth done, girl, I guess. Tony. Tony meets up with her goddaughter. What's her grandchildren? I think those are all three of her grandchildren. Basically, long story short, girl, it wasn't a lot going on with Tony this episode. She basically was overwhelmed with her family. She was taking on a lot of roles, wearing many hats, and I believe the family basically went their separate ways. Now she's meeting up just to have a conversation. That's pretty much what was going on. We were born there. They were in Houston. They were booked for a gig. I like We Were Born. I like the whole let's dress alike, and like when we're in the confessionals, finish each other's sentences, and but they do not come across as authentic. They don't. They just don't. Every time they come in front of the camera, it is a plan. I'm telling you, those scenes are planned, they're rehearsed, they are writing scripts. Girl, it does not give genuine, it does not give, girl, we're just going with the flow. Girl, this is our real life. I get it. Even the girls on Bravo and VH1, they produce themselves too. But there's also a way to go in and say, okay, this is what I'm going to give today versus girl, okay, you say this, I say this, you say this, I say this, you say this, I say this. I want to see them by themselves. I want to see them interact with other people in the group without them being a duo. Because right now it's giving very much, girl, we can't move without the other person. Even when they were talking to Wayne, they were literally talking to Wayne. I wrote it down. Berlin was talking, Wayne was talking, and then Jay Twan interrupts Wayne and was like, so the big elephant in the room. It gives very much, I have to get out my line. Go back and watch it. Berlin was talking, Wayne was talking, and while Wayne was talking, Jay Twan hurried up and interrupted Wayne and was like, okay, so the big elephant in the room, let's talk about it. Girl, y'all can't even have just like a natural conversation that flows. Anyways, so at the fashion show, girl, I guess they were asking, I don't know. I'm assuming they were asking the people what were they wearing. Girl, when Rico said he had on jeans, I know that's right. I ain't even mad, girl, because I probably would have had on something down from ASOS. Okay, girl, we're gonna dress it up. We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay. Um, girl, when Rico said I got on Sheen, girl, but I think I don't know if he was playing or not, but he told the people that he had on the J. He had on the J. What's Jay's last name? J Amir. I don't know his last name. He had on the J Amir original. Ow! When I tell you, I was in here cracking out, girl. Anyways, he said he was Chanel Chanel O'Connor, not Chanel. Girl. Now I was so confused because were they saying they had gift bags that they were giving out, or what? See, I was so confused about this conversation. I at one point I thought that Rico was saying that they had Chanel bags and that the Chanel people noticed that the bags were fake and they took the bags away from them. And then I was like, oh, maybe when I saw Tonka grab a Chanel, it looked like a gift bag. I was like, maybe they were talking about the gift bags. Like I guess they must have took the gift bags and then they had to get the gift bags after the show. I don't know. Anyways, girl, they made Tonka and Rico move. Girl, I guess they thought they was Anna Wintour and Andre Leon Talley, and they said, "No, ma'am, girl, y'all asses gonna have to get up and move." Cause they moved them to the nosebleed. Yeah, I've been pissed. Oh, child, I said, "Girl, y'all got to go, honey. This is for the important people, okay?" Um, Oliver. Oliver has a little, get together. He wants to invite the new people, get to know the new people, but he also wants to invite Dominique. Oliver, just say you messy and you want to get down. You want to get down to the mess. Oliver is mad. I've been telling y'all about Oliver. Oliver is cool, but I think what it is Oliver knows what he's doing. He uses his, nerdy kind of I'm just a good guy like that. But girl, he's messy. I clocked Oliver when that mess was going on between him and Q seasons ago. I said, "Oh, girl, that's the type of girl Oliver is." But Oliver, he act like he not into the mess, but he really is into the mess because there really was no need for you to invite Dominique if you were trying to get to know the new people. You invited Dominique because you wanted to hear what the hell was going on between him and Wayne the other day. Point blank, period. And that's okay. Just say it, girl. I'm inviting Dominique because I want to hear the mess, girl. And y'all hear when Kane was like, "Yeah, we want to get the tea," and then Oliver was like, "No, no, that's what it is. You want to get the tea, girl. Period, girl." Anyways, so did talk about King Kane? Girl, I said, now let me say something now. I done did some whole shit. Okay? I ain't gonna say it. That's why I can't slut shame nobody. Okay? But we not on TV. We not talking about us. We not talking about me. We not talking about you. We're talking about these niggas and bitches on TV, okay? Girl, King Kane, girl, is going around, girl, dropping dick all around, girl, Atlanta, Georgia. Girl, did Tonka say he had a piece of King Kane too? That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like Tonka said. It sounded like Tonka said I had a piece of King Kane. I said, "Oh, baby, King Kane going around, girl, knocking the girls down." Okay, I said, "Oh, all right. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. 'Cause I don't want to be out here talking about nobody fucking, and they not." But it sounded like Tonka said that girl, him and King Kane had a little tug and pull session. Yeah. I said, shout out to the tug and pulls. Okay, yeah. Ain't nothing like a good old nasty tug and pull session. I said, baby girl, no shade, girl. I said, baby, I would love to see King Kang and Tonka. Cause Tonka, that's a lot of woman, girl. And King Kang ain't but this big. Girl, I wanna see how y'all was in there. Cause I know there was a lot going on in that bed. Do you hear me? Troy and once I love those shirts. Those like the shirt that Troy and Dominique had. I want one of those shirts so bad. When I get a little smaller and when my stomach get flat, I'm gonna give me one of those shirts. Okay. Um, Kane starts. This is the thing with Kane. I can see why if people were there. This is the thing. Kane starts to talk like he's been a part of the group. Now, Kane was on Chasing Dallas, right? That's a whole nother situation. But the way he came in speaking as if like he's been there for see. Oh, you know what? I think King Kang did come. He made an appearance. I just thought about it. He did make an appearance last season with Dominique. Didn't he go to Dominique's house? I think he did. Now that I think about it. Anyways, it still wasn't enough for him to feel like he's that embedded in the mess. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the way that he was talking was like, I'm tired of, I don't want to talk about the same stuff. We need to just move on. Move on for what, girl? You new to the group. Quiet as this cat. Um, Dominique comes. This is the thing, Dominique. We're gonna have to be honest, sister girl. Dominique wants to know why every time they have a get together, it's always a mess, and why can't they just come in and have a good time? Why is there always like a come to Jesus moment? Well, Dominique, quiet as it's kept, that's the way that you came onto the show. You didn't come on to like Oliver came onto the show not even though he messy as hell, but he came onto the show kind of like not being a part of the mess or trying not to be a part of the mess. Dominique, you came onto the show, girl, starting some shit with Lauren. I still remember. So now all of a sudden, girl, now your name is really floating in the mess. Now it's kind of like, oh my God. But girl, that's how you kind of came onto the show. You came onto the show being messy. Now you in the mess. Girl, that's how I look at it. And now you tired because it's like, girl, but that's how you came onto the show. Anyways, Oliver. Oliver is messy. He over there whispering in Troy's ear. Troy says in the confessional that he asked Oliver, was it okay to bring up, I guess, a situation between him and King Kane? But I don't know. And so then here go Oliver. So King Kane, um, how did he say it? Oh, so Oliver says, so Kane, how does it feel to be around the Atlanta girls? I said, girl, what? I said, oh, oh. I said, why didn't you ask him that when y'all was fucking? That's what King Kane should have said. We already talked about that after we fucked that night. That's what he should have said. That would have gagged everybody in the room. Since you want to be messy, because I know you're trying to sort some shit. So how does it feel to be around the Atlanta girls? I already told you that when we was fucking a couple of months ago. That's how you shut the whole. That's how you shut the scene down before it even gets started. Because I know what your mess ass trying to do. But King Kane went on. He went on and joined in on the conversation. And then him and Troy had a couple of words back and forth. So basically, this is what it sounds like to me. It was some behind the scenes mess that happened. Also, Kane went to Oliver had a party. Kane went to the party. They had a conversation. He had a conversation with Troy. I think Kane went back and told Dominique the conversation that he had with Troy. Kane says that he wasn't being malicious, that he just wanted to know how do you go from being freaking frack, I guess doing a podcast together to kind of like not dealing with each other. You were being messy. The truth of the matter is, if you wanted to know what was the tea between Dominique and Troy, you could have just outright asked, right? You could have just went up to Dominique or Troy and said, "Hey, I noticed that y'all don't really hang out anymore. You know, I thought y'all were doing a podcast, and I don't see y'all doing a podcast. So y'all okay? You don't have to go back and report the conversation that was had. That's where the messy kicks in. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, if you just would have did like I said, you would have been okay. That could have you could have then said, no, I didn't report. I just was wondering why y'all wasn't cool. But where you start to cross the line of being the messy ass girl is when you go back and you tell the conversation that was had between you and Troy about Dominique. Okay. Um Troy's basically saying, stay out of our friendship. That's why you got to be careful when you in them friend groups and the friends be fighting. Girl, you really got to stay out of it. Girl, you really got to stay, especially if you kind of like the new friend, right? Because Troy and Dominique were like this. So here comes King Kane, and now he's cool. But girl, you're not cool like Dominique and Troy are cool. So you need to realize that, girl, you still, girl, like they friends. Like that's the friend. They're the friends. You're the new friend. So you got to come in and kind of try to be neutral and just stay out of it, right? So what King Kane has done is now he's put himself in the middle between Troy and Dominique. That's why Troy's like, "Girl, just stay out of our business because we okay now." I do believe that Dominique was talking shit about Troy, and I think Troy was talking shit about Dominique. I do believe it. I believe it. But clearly they made up. They're wearing matching. Girl, it's Twinsies Day. We call it Twinkie Day in high. You know, you dress when you dress like somebody. It's Twinkie Day. They dressing alike. So clearly, I guess all is forgiven. Um, King Kane says that Dominique called Troy a nothing ass bitch and said that Troy was down here and Dominique was up here. Girl, y'all, this what y'all be thinking y'all too important. It's no tea, no shade. Dominique, you was just homeless the other day. You ain't got no business walking around here talking about, girl, you down, you I'm up here, you down here. You know what I'm saying? One thing I noticed about the girls in Atlanta, girl, no tea, no shade, and DC, girl, for y'all have this false sense of girl self-importance, and it's just not cute. Y'all be regular schmegular girls like the rest of us, but y'all swarping down, honey, girl, y'all moving mountains and opening up doors, girl. Anyways, chat. I'm going. Shout out to all the girls on Chasing Atlanta. It was cute. All right, I'm gone. Is that it? Yeah. It's gonna have to be it, girl. I'm tired of talking. And I'm a little hungry. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all. Bitch. I forgot the most important thing of the whole episode. When I tell y'all the way I was in my living room screaming at Tonka and Tony when they were staring that wax in that glass while the mess was going on between Kane and Dominique and Troy, really Troy and Kane. When I tell you, baby, the way they were staring and looking, and girl, the way Oliver was looking. That was the funniest part, girl. When I said, man, they not gonna stop staring, girl.